All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me, coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming with a good message here, and it's called It's Too Late. It's too late. I was trying to get my computer to charge. Uh, I might not be long with you on here because my charger is still not doing what it can do. This message is It's Too Late. Um, and I just think about how the trumpet has been blown and the warning has been put out there. And it didn't start today, okay? It's been out. And I'm willing to admit to that, not just Sister Deborah, but the warning has gone out. And it's not something that just went out today. I remember before this virus, the same things that I'm speaking of today is similar to the same things I was speaking of before the COVID or whatever they call it. So it leads me to understand it's too late. It's too late. It's too late to even try to go among a people. It's too late to try to give a people anything that fall under any category of righteous. I remember, even to this day, of me constantly telling you all, it's finished. That's it. And then I didn't start saying that this year. I didn't start saying that last year. I started saying it the year prior. This is it. And not because that's when it was it or that's when it's over. No, it's been over. See, everybody is waiting for 100 years from now. Everybody's waiting for something to happen before they can say, "Oh yeah, truly, this is it," or "It's over." But you guys, let me tell you, the fire that you're standing in, you just ain't been burnt yet. But you're gonna feel that heat, and not only just the heat, but the fire as well. Because I was washing dishes and I just had my YouTube on, and it's this one guy that I normally don't even listen to. He was getting chewed out by those that's in his live chat. Why? Because of what he was saying, especially the men. He was saying something similar to what I'm saying. And in me, I'm like saying, now, how did he steal my topic? And then I said, well, he ain't stealing my topic. He got the same feel that I'm having. You know, he's trying to say, wait a minute, y'all, people, do y'all see what's going on? Whether he know it or not. Him, and many that will stand on a mountain can't keep it from being what it's going to be. It's too late. It's too late. Sister Deborah was saying how a lot of things that's taking place, you when you start to see, and I'm gonna show you how the Father corrected me in the dishwater less than about a half an hour ago. He corrected me. He corrected me. He said, now you will say that they are setting the people up. And somewhat are they playing that role so they can bring out a certain judgment and which they're gonna and a certain law toward a certain people. And they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. These people that's here in this land of the United States cannot, for whatever reason, and I know only y'all know himself, but I just thank him for allowing me to see it for what it is and not be running around here detaching myself as if, like I say, a dog that's chasing his tail in a dark room. Now, this is what happened. This man was talking, and those that was in his live chat was chewing him out because they didn't want him to talk about what's going on amongst what you call Negroes. They didn't want him to say nothing about it. And he started off speaking about it. And he was so angry. He was so, hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. He was so disappointed. And he was a man that's trying to set an example of, wait a minute, we men need to come up and step up. When I hear him, the first thing, I was in the kitchen washing dishes. First thing I thought about, I said, look at him trying. Father, look at him trying. He's a man with children. He's out there trying. That's what I said. This man, I don't even listen to him, but he was trying. And even though those that were in his live chat was against what he was saying, at least he was putting out the effort to try. This is what you call a man. This is a man stands up against what he see that's wrong, what he hear that's wrong. Why? Because it's against righteous. If it's wrong, it's against righteous. But I learned something since I've been on this devil platform, almost 5 years. I learned that nobody wants you to talk about anything righteous. They are more so in tune with, let's talk about unrighteous and wrongdoing and sin and wicked and evil. That's what we want. And I sit back and I think, this is why the multitude of people who started off right on these devil platforms, and when I say right, I don't mean righteous. They started off with the right purpose and the right intent. But when they let receiving that little check from the devil and likes, and they preferred the likes and the praise and the subscribers more than continue to speak right. And this is what you see today. This is what you see today. What you see today is what I spoke of earlier. But what got me is this man here, he was talking about not what I was speaking about earlier, but all kind of other issues that I've already seen. But I like the idea that he decided to attack the issue of what's going on. And what he did that Sister Deborah have not done, he took it from every state that he had. And the violence, the destructions, and the murdering and the killing. And boy, he showed the men up. He showed those men up. He showed the women, but he was showing the men, showing you what these men were doing. And I said, well, now see, I didn't say it. It had to be the spirit in me said. Now listen to him. Don't you see him talking about those in his live chat? They're going up against what he said. And all he wasn't saying nothing to go up against him. Everything he was saying was right. That's what the Father wants me to see. Is that this is it, Deborah. It's too late. No message alive will deliver them from out of my right hand. I clap because for so long have I seen a people cut up from the floor up, and their own nation of people won't turn to them, say, oh, stop, let's stop. We got all these here rigged up attorneys. They will sit and defend any and everything, but when it come down to our people doing right, they can't be seen. They can only show up and pull up when something is wrong, where they can get millions of dollars from that case. This is these black men and women, these Negro people who want to say, we the children, we the true Jews, and we the elect. Okay, if you all elect, why is it we can't get we nation together? Because there ain't nothing really in you from the get-go. That's your mouth running who you are. But what we see, you guys, all this stuff we see is a product that we are not who we say we are. And not only that, we can't fall in line with the judgment to the point where we're getting out of here. What you see, and I know a lot of people say, well, I know I'm going to get out. No, you ain't, baby. You ain't going nowhere either. Because y'all say, if you see it and you hear it, and you just stand back talking about you got your suitcase ready, waiting for me to take you to the promised land, you got another thing coming, baby. You got to see this thing. You got to hear this thing, and you got to own this thing to be what it is. No, we don't have to. Okay, what we say? Because it's going to come knocking straight at your door. And you would have to receive it then. You're going to have to open your door to let it in. Because that's the way he's coming. He's showing the whole world. Yahuwah is showing the whole world the ugliness of a people that keep proclaiming that we are the ones. This is how ugly they are. This is how ugly they were before they even came to the United States in any four corners. They were ugly from the beginning, and they're going to be ugly to the end. And they ain't going to never see how ugly they are because they're more so geared to leave me alone. Stop hitting me. Stop bothering me. That's a lie from the pit of hell. And this man said the same thing I've said to you all many a time. We are 13% of the population in this country. We can't be the majority that's committing the crime, but we are the majority that's destroying their own nation. That's why they don't get it. That's how when they start to say about AIDS and they measuring everything based on a percentage, we're the worst of the worst, y'all. And it ain't because somebody bothering you. It's because it's actually being revealed. Nope, it ain't Satan revealing it. And that's why I say it's sad. It is not, it is terribly sad that it's not Satan revealing it. It's them revealing who they were and who they are. Going back to Deuteronomy 28. This is a part of Yah's judgment. He said he would deal with the house of Israel. What is he doing? He's dealing with your tail. But he's dealing with you with a mighty right hand and a stretched out arm in the form of his judgment with fire in the midst. What do you mean, Deborah? That's what he said. He said to me to say to you all, it's too late. It's too late. He got another message he wanted me. He gave me early this morning, and I'm going to either make a video of it tonight or I might get up in the morning and do it. And it says, life is only left. L-I-F-E is the only thing left. So when we run around here thinking we're going to prepare something, we're going to get this right, and we're going to do, Y'all said to you, you messed up all the way from the floor. Because the life of who I am, that's giving you the breath of who you are, is all you have left. That means anything can go. So Sister Deborah, her family, your family, anything. That's all I have left is that breath of life that he has given me. It's all that's left. Who he is in us, that breath of life. Anything else, this showing us that we need to get off our high horse, thinking that we are all that and some, because we're not. We are not the ones, y'all. We are not who we think we are. And we don't care. Now, our people, did anybody in the live chat see the issue of our men with masks on? Lots of them breaking in a service station that has a store. Did anyone give me a thumbs up if you've seen that video? If you've seen that video, please give me a thumbs up. When if you saw it, you would probably cry, because that's what I wanted to do so bad. I wanted to cry so bad, but I was afraid y'all was going to slap me across the head. That's how bad I wanted to cry. But I was afraid that the Most High Yah would have slapped me across my head. Say, I wish you would shed a tear. He wouldn't even want to know why I was crying. He would have went upside my head, shedding a tear. All these men at the store, this had bulletproof glass, locked real tight. It was so many black Negro men, grown, at the door trying to break it down. They got it open too, y'all. Tore that place up. Nationwide. I said that, okay, these heathens are too quiet on all this stuff. What's going on? What is being set up to show racial stuff? The Father told me in the word, I want you to hold that back. That's what he said. I want you to hold that back. Because the question is, these people are doing this on their own. This is what you call stone cold, wicked, and evil amongst the same ones that keep trying to convince their owns and other that we are the people. Same people, same ones that wants to be on these devil platforms saying we the people, we this and we that, but yet you have nothing to say regarding who you and your people are, but study adding people to the pot. Oh, you all are one of the tribes. You all are one of the tribes. You know what? In that whole crowd, there was a couple of Mexicans, but one Mexican didn't have a mask. All the black people, but you can tell they were black because they had it to where you can see their face. You know, you can see pretty much everything. That's the type of mask, you know, like they might have this, you know, something covering here. You can see. You should have seen all them black men. Nothing that store done to them for all of them to be out there to bring down that door. Who? I said, Father, okay, when who sent them there? He said, Deborah. Listen to me, y'all, carefully. Listen to what the Father said. He said, you know that cheese that you set that example? When you set that example and you said that cheese was the heathens putting cheese out and the blacks are running there after it, or the Negroes are running to eat the poison cheese. He said, what you see now is stone cold, wicked, and evil. Nobody don't even have to set them up anymore. And I'm like, well, okay. What? See, they getting away with it when we say, who is that putting them guns in that neighborhood? Who is that taking that drugs in that neighborhood? Who is that giving them poison cheese and they running after it? Y'all said we're justified and clarified that the level of wicked and evil in them is the fault of someone else. And then he told me, he said, you know that cheese you was talking about? They are standing back. They doing a whole lot of poisoning, and you got that right. They doing a lot amongst these people. But the whole world are going to look at them. And that's what they're doing, you guys. The whole world is watching the ones that say they're the true Jews. The whole world is watching everything they're constantly putting on news. Now, are they lying on us? The Father in the heavens, Ahaya says, not so. They seeing us for who we are, who we were. For that same reason, they're starting to see us. Guess what he said? That's the way he saw our forefathers in the promised land. See? Now, you see, and it's almost like saying, now see, this is the same thing y'all seeing today among your people cutting up from the floor up. They were doing that over in the promised land, Deborah, exactly the way you can see it today. And that's why they can't see each other. They can't see the wrong that they're doing. They can't see that the wicked and evil and the unjust, because they got a scapegoat. And that's one of the reasons why. Because they want to be able to justify that the white man and the white man and the white man doing that. And then you get the Hebrew Israelite fake religion. Esau and the heathens, they doing this and the Father said, bring that thing down, Deborah. Bring it all the way down. And he said, when I showed you that in Ezekiel 36, I wanted you to see it. That's why I stepped away from Ezekiel. I had to tell Ezekiel, no, hold up. I'm going to do this to these people. Because the same way they are is the same way, the same way they were in the promised land where nobody wasn't bothering them. But I was their God. They are doing right now in that land. So when y'all seeing all this stuff that your people are doing, this is truly who they are and who they were, said the Father, Ahaya. This is truly who they were, who they are. Say it, Ahaya. So what they do is they say, well, okay, they bothering us. They doing this. And guess what this man was saying? He said the same thing I said. They're doing it to each other. So when you say you 13% of the population here in this country, you're knocking off your own nation. It ain't like you should be knocking off nobody's nation, because y'all got everything set up from the floor, but y'all is showing you the ugliness of your people. While you running around here, want somebody to think that your people is all that answer. Y'all is revealing to you your people are some ugly people, and he wants you all to know, when you ever desire to really fall out and really get to know him, go into that Ezekiel 36. He said you will hear him tell you who these people really are. And when you hear that, then you'll see what you see today is who they were in the promised land, their forefathers. So we right now we're looking at it and we seeing it. And some of us have said, oh, that's so horrible, they shouldn't do this. But baby, it's deeper than that, baby. Because we're not, as a people who wants to proclaim, we so in love with the Most High Yah, we so in love with Yeshua HaMashiach, but our action speaks louder than word. Our action is a me, and a self, and I don't care what nobody else say, long as they can do it, stay away from me. But they don't understand. Here they go. Y'all said it. They coming. And that's why it's important to embrace this thing. Don't go looking at this stuff and say, when they doing it, they doing it. No, call it what it is. That means you owning it, you seeing it for what it is. I see it. They doing it. Oh, Father. And then you go to the Father. And you go to him in repentance for what they are doing. You see? So that you. What do you mean, Deborah? Remember in Revelation where he says, come out of her, or else you shall receive her plagues. So you see what I'm saying? Come out of what you see, but you own that darn thing. You see it and you hear it and you know it for what it is. Own that thing and repent for these people. Then that separates you from them. But yet, you ain't running around here blind saying, oh, they ain't doing that. That's them white people bothering them heathens, them Gentiles, them Europeans, them. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Nobody is paying attention to the setup. It is a setup. Because I'm like saying, well, wait a minute. And this is, I don't say it to you all. I said it to the Father. I said, Father, I ain't seen nothing or heard nothing or even any traces of the white supremacists, the KKK, or the skinheads. They down low. They're gonna come up. That's who's going. These Gentiles. These your people that's out here cutting up. That's who they gonna send on first and foremost. And they gonna have every right, because the judgment of the Most High has said already stepped on them so hard they ain't seen nothing yet, because they still don't see me. They don't see my right hand nor my power chastising them, judging them. So I tell you what, Deborah, it's gonna get hotter than the fire itself in my hand. Because that's how they mindset. They don't see nothing, they could care nothing. So what's gonna bag them up? Do you think for 1 minute, I want you all in the live chat to just consider this. Do you think for 1 minute, Yah, who is high and low and everywhere, do you think he's looking at them and saying, oh, those my babies, I'm going to come and deliver them. I'm going to come and save them. You think, honestly, do you really think that Yah is thinking like that? Do you really think that his curse of them being here and then said he's going to deal with the house of Israel and Judah? His first judgment is going to be on them. Do you really believe he up there hooping and hollering, saying they doing that to my people? Those are my children. I'm going to get them for messing with them. No, baby. No. What the Father not realized, because he already knew it before the foundation of the world, that this people will never change. Any change going to be in them is what I'm going to have to convert. But I ain't letting them die. To me, for the Father to have any type of commandment and any type of law, he got to stand on that. I'm going to say it like it is. He got to stand on his own law and his own commandments. He has to stand on it. Now, if you're going to say, thou shalt not kill, but then suffer the Hebrew Israelites to kill and kill one another or kill anybody, how are you standing on why would you create a law? You said thou shalt not steal, and they find the needs to not just steal, but kill. Why they stealing? And they don't even know why they doing it, but just doing it because it's just a fun thing to do around about now. That's what they doing now, y'all. That's why I say you better be careful. You don't know when they coming to your door. Because what that means is this. They come to your door, guess what? What they're doing, what is going around now is there's nothing there, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all there. There's nothing there in these people's minds. They're coming after your car with a gun and with the intent to kill you and take your car. It's not going to be late at night, hiding behind something. They're doing it in broad daylight, waiting for you to get up and go to work so they can jump in the car with you, take your life and your purse, and take you to work in your dead in your car. This is what they are doing, and that's just what I don't understand. Why people ain't seeing they people doing this? You go into the store at say 9 in the morning. They waiting at your car. They don't care if the cameras is all around the store on the outside. They there with a gun, waiting for your keys. So when you hand him the keys, he's handing you a bullet, and you laying out there dying, and end up dying. He got your car, your keys, now your purse, and he gone your joyride. And ain't gotta care here. This is what's going on. This is what's going on, you people. This is what's going on. Let's give you this is the video this one man sent to me. And like the father said, it's too late. It ain't nothing, it's nothing going on that he's about to fix or get straightened for you nor me. He ain't finna play with us like that. Those times are over, because what we did is we trying to make him a lie so we can live the truth, because we want to make everything not as it appears, especially our men. 99.9 of our men is caught up in that mess. That's why that man was getting attacked, because he's telling them, y'all don't, he was showing them all the cases. But let me share with you. Let me share with you what this young man sent to me. And I hope I can. Oh, man. You know what? This is really strange. I cannot believe this. I'm going to share that with you all. Let me see why is it does not. And this is and I'm gonna let y'all ask the question. Wait a minute. Let's do some different, because and you all, I want you all to ask the question. What you about to see. Ask the question. And you know, I hate this when things happen like this, to keep you from trying to reveal something. And I do. I want you all to ask the question. And honestly, I don't know why this is still insist on not giving me the video.
This video of a man shooting a homeless guy in the street, execution style, is currently dividing the internet. St. Louis, Missouri, broad daylight. You can see a 23-year-old Deshaun Thomas loading his gun for 15-20 seconds as onlookers.
Wait a minute. Why ain't it? I put it to side. And these white people, they are so eager to show us up, to show what we're doing. Even though the father says the question. Let me turn it back around. Okay, here we go, y'all. I'm going to go in and turn it this way.
Deshaun Thomas loading his gun for 15-20 seconds as onlookers.
Wait a minute.
Shoots the man on the right,
wait a minute.
And people immediately said this was a race-related crime, as the man was black and the victim was white. But
now listen to this.
Now
watch it. Here it comes.
At a gas station. Thomas has now been charged with first-degree murder. What do you think? This video of a man shooting a homeless guy in the street, execution style, is currently dividing the internet. St. Louis, Missouri, broad daylight. You can see a 23-year-old Deshaun Thomas loading his gun for 15-20 seconds as onlookers film. He then shoots the man on the right, and people immediately said this was a race-related crime, as the man was black and the victim was white, but actually they fought a few moments before at a gas station. Thomas has now been charged with first-degree murder. What do you think? This video of a man shooting a homeless guy in the street, execution style, is currently dividing the internet. St. Louis, Missouri, broad daylight. We can see a 23-year-old Deshaun Thomas.
See that? Anybody? Were y'all able to see that? Anybody? Were you able to see that film? Give me a thumbs up if you did. That's it. See that? Now see how you saw that little clip and you wondering why didn't nobody stop? You see what I'm saying? But it's 3 white people that was involved in the film itself. You see what I'm saying? A black guy standing up. Did y'all see the black guy loading his gun to shoot this white guy that was homeless on the curb in the head? Broad daylight. And the white woman filming it. Did you see that? That is, let me tell you, it's beyond wrong, baby. It's beyond. Did y'all really see? Did you see all of it? Even the one that uploaded. This is a part of what you call, this is white supremacists setting this one up. That's why I try to explain to y'all. They're in the background. I know them when I see them. That's who's setting this film up, because they got to stir this hatred for us into their people even greater than it ever been since the face of the earth exists. This is how they setting it up. Now, why would that black guy look like he looks like he's mental? Why would he even stand there to load his gun up? And then you get this other white man they said he just shot him execution style while he was sitting on the curb. The white man didn't even see what was coming. The guy standing there loading his gun up, getting ready to shoot him in the head. Now watch this here. Then this white guy who filmed it said, but they're trying to say it's racial related. See that white person? It's racial related. You see how those white people set that up and filmed it? Everything was right there. You see, so they can also say black people are racially coming toward them. And by that means, I'm telling you, he said, it's too late. They coming for y'all. They coming for your sons, your daughters. They coming for your husbands. They coming for your uncles, your grandfathers. They coming for you. Men, they coming for you. And y'all say, it's too late. So you want to run around here and lie, saying that you are the people and you are the chosen, you are the true Jews, and you the fool and use the fool and use the fool. Because all this stuff your so-called people are doing out on this street is what's going to take the next stage to the prophecy. Matter of fact, it's 2 stages. They finna come out when that film is to me is what you call a hidden white supremacist. Remember I told you they hidden, they hiding out, and they letting these people, these black people, do all these things that they always been doing. Y'all just wouldn't own up to it. Nobody want to own up to it. That this is how my people been doing. And the reason why I say it's sad is because we got more violence in our own community than we have anywhere. But yet we don't own that thing. We have more destruction and chaos in the whole, in all of Detroit, Chicago, everywhere. We won't say a word. Only time we speak is when a white police kill a black man. And then we want to stand up and say, they bothering us. But God says for me to tell y'all, it's too late now. Woo! That's scary. And my thing is, Father, I'm just going to constantly pray that he put a shield. If that shield ain't still around them, keep that shield around my children. Because y'all know I own that thing. I speak that spirit and truth of the whole matter. I tell the voice that you give me to hear. That's it. That's it. Because they out here, y'all, and we in full denial that it's right in front of our face. We do not want to talk about it. We don't want, and that's what he was saying. These men need to get together and talk about it. He said, but it looks like nobody, he said, what is going on? And he's more so a black man into this Christian thing. And another thing about that, I noticed something that the Father's been teaching me in the last 2 days. He's teaching me that we as a people have always set up lies for one another. He said that we are lying to one another day and night, night and day. Throughout times, do we lie to one another to convince one another that we are all that and some? But he was saying, because I asked, I'm going to keep on until he give me even more and more insight. How is it these heathens, how is it that they come into terms with things that not the heathens, I mean the Gentiles? How is it that they're knowing certain things? He had to shut me down today. The Father had to shut me down today. He said, Deborah, the problem is we are stuck on a stupid mindset. He said, our mind think that somebody's doing something to us. We done messed our own self up. We didn't believe everything our own race tell us, but we won't believe the fact that what he done said in Ezekiel 36, your own race is doing the same thing, y'all. This is what the Father said. Your own race is doing the same thing, you all. Your own race is doing the same thing you see them doing in the United States. The Father most higher said they did the same thing in the land floating with milk and honey. Where he was, dear God. So when we want to make it look like where we at is doing us wrong, he said all that has always been a lie. That's why Sister Deborah always talked against this Hebrew Israelite awakening. It's a snake in the grass. That's why they want to dress on. Y'all, come on. Y'all got to see they want to dress nothing that's going on. These men that knows better won't step into those who are teaching hate, who is teaching to destroy their women, their mothers, their grandmothers, and teaching this it's more than a couple, this is like 3 guys. They're out here telling people to start killing black women. That is real, y'all. That stuff is real. Your own men. But y'all just don't see what is actually happening. And I say that because it's thicker than what? The cloud is thicker than what you can see. It's a horrible look. It's a horrible sight. It's real, y'all. Did you see the girl, that the 2 black girls who got into it, and the other one jumped in her car and told them she'll run over, and they told her you won't, and she turned around and ran over this a white man that was trying to help her and other people and tore up their car, and her is flipped on in the middle of the streets. Then she gets out trying to come back to fight. Y'all, your people are gone. Y'all been sending that warning. And the thing about it, I always desire to have some form of connection to the prophetess that has received like unto that warning. But these prophetess out here, they ain't thinking about no warning. They ain't sending nothing out to tell nobody nothing. They so busy trying to get recognized, identified, and justified and clarified by other people instead of finding out where are you in the body of the homicide. If you are a prophet, get your tail up and be doing what you're supposed to do. Justify yourself, clarify yourself, identify yourself, and stop waiting for somebody else to do it. But what I'm learning is this. The biggest thing missing is a prophetess amongst the people. Because she ain't going to cut up high and she ain't going to cut up low on the Father's word. She going to hit them right where it's at the waistline, in the middle. And that's why they want the women quiet. That's the truth of the matter. They want them quiet because they're afraid that a prophetess might come up out of her. And they know her position from the Most High Yah is to judge the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. And they don't want that. But one thing it ain't about what they want. It's what Yah has already orchestrated before the foundation of the world, because he knew that in the year 2023, this house of Israel and tribe of Judah gonna need somebody gonna speak bold to keep warning them. Not as if, he said, not as if they gonna come out and change. But I want to cross my T's and dot my I's in heaven that I've done what I said I would do. And he said the judgment of the whole house of Israel going to be judged first. And they've been judged. It didn't happen today, the year of 2023. It's been going on. But he said you're going to see them get worse and worse. And we're waiting for Babylon to come out down. We're waiting for y'all to bring Babylon down. Y'all want me to send a message to you. He's bringing your tail down first. So how you like him now? Just wait just a little while longer. Just a little while longer. And all this that you see these Negroes doing, that's a part of the judgment. Because something's coming out to start taking your people's lives. Something's coming out. Something is coming out to take your people's life. Oh, yes. And that's before you think you're getting your tail out of here. Keep on thinking. See, that's where the problem is at. The Father is showing me these people thinking they're going to be able to do what they want, how they want to do it, and do everything against even the commandments I have set before them. Even if they sitting around telling people they holding it, he said they disrespecting it. First and foremost, he want to send a message to you women and you men, from elderly all the way down. Honor your parents. That's a commandment of the Most High. And he wants me to let you know you haven't been honoring your parents, and he knows it. You see, you haven't been even able to get along with your neighbors. You ain't had no respect for nothing. You're committing adultery and using the ancient sin to cover up, which is polygamy, to cover up. But y'all call it adultery. So you can do whatever you want. He said to me to tell you he got your number. And your number is not going to go far with him. So there you hear him talking about keep the commandments, sit your tails down. You don't know nothing about the commandments, because if you did, you would have kept them in your own land, your promised land. You would have been keeping them then. And what they doing, this is what they doing, y'all. In Isaiah 3. First of all, right here in Isaiah chapter 3. Now, in verse 4, Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 4. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. He's talking about the men. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 3. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 4. And I will give to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. Babes shall rule over them. What's going on there, y'all? You know what? I don't know if it was in Missouri or not. The other little 13-year-old that killed somebody. A different one from the other day. Yeah. With firepower, baby. Real firepower. Killed somebody. Standing there looking every bit like he 8 years old. But listen to this. Verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another. The people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbors. So you thinking you getting out of something? Keep living, baby. See, I'm telling y'all, you're not going to escape to no promised land. You're not going to escape to no promised land. See, they sitting here doing wrong and got you thinking he coming to get us because we doing wrong. We're doing every evil under the heaven, and we sitting here totally on Satan's side, and we sitting here telling people we finna get up out of here. Don't y'all have y'all noticed it's past 400 years? Ain't nobody even paid no attention to it. It's past 400 years. Now listen to this. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. The young gonna behave himself against the elderly. And the base against the honorable. No matter what. Now watch this here, verse 6. And when a man shall take hold of his brother, of the house of his father, saying, thou hast closed, be thou our ruler. That's what you're seeing happening in Chicago. in New Jersey, all over the world. These elderly men are putting these young men over their crime, their drugs, their sex trafficking moves. And this is why you're now seeing young people conduct themselves the way that they are. Men are behind that. Now, in verse 6, Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 6, when a man shall, my thing is going to die. It's going to die out, Father Yah. Are you going to help me here, Father Yah? When a man, but let me get to that because it's not, it don't look like it's going to, there I go. Father Yah. Thank you. Wait a minute. Yes. It might take off again. I don't know. I'm just trying to, okay. It's my charger. And I went all the way over there trying to put new locks on the door instead of going over there and just picking up me a charger at the place. Always trying to do for somebody else. I ain't got no sense. I know I don't. I don't care. That's where I'm at now. Oh, y'all, we're going to die out soon. Okay? But that's, oh, there I go again, y'all. Thank you, Father, y'all. Woo! And it says in verse 6, when a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, big brother, is going to take hold of little brother. And what is he going to say? Saying, thou hast clothes, be thy ruler, and let this reign be under thy hand. See them old heads? It's got these young men. That's why you see younger men out here as the camps. Y'all ain't noticed that. These young men out here these camps, they're taking these young men out here, putting them out on the streets. They done taught them a bunch of lies, y'all. These Hebrew Israelite men done taught these young men a bunch of lies and setting them out. Same thing was in the city. They setting them young men out there to do the wicked and evil. See, a lot of y'all don't know nothing about that, but that's what they doing, y'all. And you thinking y'all don't know nothing about what's going on. And here it is in verse 7. In that day shall he swear, saying, this is the young men. This is the young men, y'all. Swear, saying, I will not be an healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothes. Make me not your ruler of thy people. The people. See, who's telling them that they rulers? Didn't I tell y'all these men, these six Hebrew Israelite men run around telling these men, get buffed and talk, y'all leaders, y'all rulers, y'all lions, y'all the king. How you all let in the land of your captive? And where in Deuteronomy said that you're going to be all that and some? It didn't say. It said you was going to be oppressor. You're going to be in captivity. Everything you gain, you're going to lose it. But what they say, you's a lie. We ain't losing nothing. We building, we selling, we planting. We ain't losing nothing. We going to gain. Making the curse a lie. They think they are, but they don't understand. You done sold out, baby, in the spirit. So yeah, you can get whatever you want. Look at Beyonce. Look at JC, JG, JB, or whatever. You see? Now, I want to show y'all something in verse 8. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined. Do y'all see that? Do you all see in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8? Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doing are against Yah. Who is it you think he talking to? Who is you think he talking about? He talking about your men. That y'all, everybody running around here putting it up on pedestals and women getting submissive under this nonsense. You can't get submissive under this day and time, y'all, because you're getting submissive under Satan and his through them, because that's all they performing. It's wicked and evil. So it says, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 8, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. Remember he said Babylon has fallen? Look what he said. Judah is fallen because their tongues and their doings are against your father. What part of y'all don't understand in that? Y'all ain't gonna understand. But that's why the judgment is set. This is why he said, okay, Deborah, you see what you're telling them that's all on the news and all over the world regarding these darn Negroes? He said, that's what has to happen because they ain't gonna listen to you. They ain't gonna listen to nobody that's telling righteousness and spirit and truth. But I tell you what, I've been righteous. I've been the truth. And I've been telling them since the beginning of time. They still ain't listened to me. But now I had appointed time to show them how ugly they are. Now, I don't need a white man, the heathens and the Gentiles and the whole world to see what my so-called people are doing. I'm looking dead at it. And I'm calling it what it is. No, I ain't got time to look over there at the heathens and the Gentiles. Why? Because we only 13% of the population in this country. I'm watching us kill each other. Why should I be watching the white man? He can't dare nowhere near kill his men. He can go in. I tell you what, the white people can go into a school 4 times a year and kill up, but they'll never bring their numbers down as low as ours. And that's what we keep forgetting because we want to line them up with all our wrong. Every time we do wrong, we want to say, well, the white man doing it. What Yah said to you, so you don't, this is what Yah said. You mean to tell me I'm down there judging them, Deborah? I'm judging them with this right hand and this stretched out arm. And every judgment I done put on them, even the curse itself, they keep turning to the heathens and to the Gentiles. What about what I've done? What about what I'm doing? What sign am I sending? And every time I do something, they blaming someone else so that they don't have to get right. That's why. They don't have to be right. They don't have to be about what is righteous. As long as we blaming the Gentiles and the heathens and these white people, then we don't have to do nothing right. We can just blame them. Because we the children. We the Hebrew Israelite. But who are you wronging? You ain't wronging the white people. They don't give a rat's behind who you are. You ain't wronging them. You're wronging the one who created you and called you to his bosom. That's who you're wronging. And he's sitting here letting his judgment be before us. And we sitting here doing it. I don't see no judgment. That's them bothering us. I don't see nothing going on. I don't see we ain't doing nothing. The white man doing it. Or we ain't doing nothing. That's what we're doing, y'all. And we think we're doing something. But guess what? Now, when he tell me to tell you it's too late, he said they coming. And I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just telling you what the messenger has said. He coming. Because it's too much denial that his judgment and his fire is kindled in this day and time for us to keep turning our face and saying, we ain't doing nothing. They doing it to me. Y'all say, I tell you what, you want to say they doing something. Let's go and let them do something. Because it look like you don't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to let them do something. You think they ain't coming? Maybe they coming. And that's here. It's saying Judah has, verse 8, Jerusalem is ruined and Judah has fallen because their tongue and their doing are against Yah to provoke the eyes of his glory. Now that's what I feel. I just said that. How they looking at him and saying, so what, you ain't doing it. You can do whatever you want. We ain't gonna believe you doing it. You ain't doing nothing to us. They doing it. Provoking the eye of God. They're doing it intentionally. Because wicked and evil is their friend. That's just who they are. And we keep lying, saying we all that and all that. Don't tell the truth and shame the devil and get on or in the narrow gate line. And stop this trying to justify and clarify and make right, wrong, right when we sit and support a race of people that belong to our nation. Now watch this here. I like what he said too. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 10. Look what it says. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. You hear what he's saying? Do y'all hear what he's saying right there? I mean, really, y'all in the live chat, y'all, I don't know if y'all have a Bible or not. That is exactly what I was saying earlier. Listen to what he said. Saying ye to the righteous. Y'all sending his righteous servant. And what is being said, that it shall be well with him. Like it's okay to continue all this craziness to the righteous that warns you. And you run around here like it's okay. What did he say? For they shall eat the fruit of their doing. And this is where you go to Isaiah. We're still in Isaiah 3. Now, here it is, y'all. Women, I'm sorry that you about to hear the truth of the whole matter. I don't care if it's your husband, your son, your uncle, your daddy, your grandfather. Yah is speaking. He spoke out of this instruction and direction. His word caps it off. Now, this is what he says. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25. Thy men, now who is thy? Women, your men shall fall by the sword. And the ones that run around here like Pastor Dowd and these other men, thy mighty war, the mighty in the war. Meaning those who think they're going to have the guns and they got the firepower to fight anybody come up on them, y'all going to give them the opportunity of the lifetime. It's too late. It's too late to even change. It's too late to be going left and want to turn right. It's too late to turn right. It's too late, y'all. He said it's too late. Because what makes it too late for him? Not Sister Deborah. Sister Deborah don't rule this word. What makes y'all say, Deborah, it's too late? What make him even come up with that? Because only he can say it's too late. Only he himself can say that it's too late. And you all going to understand what too late means. Right now, it's still chilling in you. Because too late to many might think, oh, well, okay, it's too late for them. They ain't going to do this. They ain't going to do that. Mine ain't like this. Like a lot of people tell, my pastor don't teach like that. He teach us the truth. And you can't tell nobody spirit and truth because they always got something to back up what can override it. That's why the men are not in the women. These reason why I lay on the men is because they the one that's role playing that they so mighty. They so in tune. Shut up, women. You ain't got no business in this day and time telling a woman to shut up nothing. You don't have it. Y'all have put these young men that's violent, these young women that's violent. He has put them under the rule of a woman, their mothers. And their mother's going to crack out cuckoo too. So when that all said and done, it's still going to back up Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. Ahiah shall send upon curses, vexation, rebuke, in that thou set thy hands unto, for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of thy wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. You notice what he's saying? He's saying here that your wickedness of thy doing. See, they thinking because we got money, we can build this, we can have a farm, we can go out in the woods. We out of it. We out of danger, baby. No, you ain't. I just heard this this white guy who's out in the woods and got his little farm and growing his crop and all of that. And he was just whining about how the government is spraying something all over the place. He's falling. Now it's just like he don't ever go to bed. Because he said even at nighttime, like spaceships. And he's taking pictures of this stuff. Now, I don't know what the things is up in the sky. But he's hooping and hollering. See, you thought you was gonna go out in the woods and grow your crops and have your farm, huh? They don't give a rat's behind where you at. They coming for you. If you ain't right with the Most High Yah, they coming for you. So you can keep on feeding these men and women that you are on the right track because you got something. No, baby, no, it ain't. It's trying to show Yah you's a lie. Where you saying that they said it? Why do you say that, Deborah? Because listen to this. Just Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. And Yah shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke in thy, and that thou settest thy hands unto, for to destroy. Anything you set your hand to, until thou be destroyed. Now watch this here. Until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. What do you mean, Deborah? They forsaken Deuteronomy 28. They say it ain't no end game. Let that lady stop lying to them people. Ain't no end game. We don't have to teach that. We don't have to read that. We don't have to hear him saying we're going to be destroyed. For what? That's bad news. That's negative news. That's bad vibes. We don't have to go by that. So what? We believe in Deuteronomy 28, but we only believe in the one where it says we are oppressed. We got a yoke around our necks, and we came over here in the slave ship. That's it. That's the only part we want to take out. 4 or 5 words. The other stuff, we don't want no dealings with it. Why? Why? Look at verse 20. Wherefore thou hast forsaken me, because you don't feel that this is you that I'm talking about. You have forsaken. Then you get over here to verse 24. Deuteronomy 28, verse 24. And the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. That sounds like Sudan, but that sounds like a place that he's letting you know you're going to be destroyed. I don't care if you're in the desert and you're the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. I'm destroying your butt because you'll never get right with me. You'll never turn your face toward me. I already know that. I am who I say that I am. I know the beginning to the end and anything in between. When there was not anything, I am and was. That's the part they don't get. Now, he dropped down to verse 28, Deuteronomy 28 and 28. Ahiah shall smite thee with the madness and the blindness and the astonished of heart. Now, what that's scary there, because that blindness and that madness is mental. And it's letting you know it's coming after the heart. So you won't take what Sister Deborah is saying. You won't go to the throne of repentance saying, Father, let me be found in your will of eternal. And get it right with him so you will know who you are. And then you'll see that, hey, he gave me a lane too, Deborah. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. Let him tell you the same thing, because that's just who he is. He's not one that's hidden. He's not one that you cannot commune with and feel. How could he be in you and so great and then you don't even know he exists in you? Deuteronomy 28 and 29. Thou shalt go in the noonday. Let you know. As the blind go in darkness. That means like if you can see in the daytime, it's going to be like you in the darkness. You can't see, but yet it's daytime. Mentally gone. It's noonday, but you can't see it because it's dark to you. That's gone, y'all. That's what they're saying. You are gone. Okay? And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Now he said in thy ways. I didn't give you the way to prosper. So when they run around here telling y'all, when we got this and we out here and we've been telling you for years to get out here, out the expense of everybody you telling was based on what they sung you and what the devil gave you as far as a check that got you where you at, and you still don't own it. Like Pastor Dow, that man didn't have a wretch behind him until he misled a lot of men that was on basketball teams, professional in football. And he got their stupid tail falling behind him and don't even understand. Even their words they try to preach and teach is falling to the wayside, said the Most High God. Because the evil that they let mislead them and guide them and get them away from what they had at first, not knowing how to deal with it, not going to the Father and say, Father, where do I stand? They had a sincere with another man. They had a relationship with another man and made him their God to bring them out of what they had. Instead of understanding any step you on, you're going to repeat it if you don't master it through a true and living Yah. He don't want you to leave a wife and kids to go where another man. You in love with that man so much, you willing to leave. Instead of trusting Yah to tell you and lead you, you left your tail out there to follow a man. And that's where you're going to fall dead, is with that same man. Okay. Now he's telling them here, in thy own ways, thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Do y'all not understand that? Here Yah is telling you in Deuteronomy 28 that you ain't going to be saved, y'all. Sister Deborah been telling it to you for the last 2 years. You're not going to come out of this in your right mind. And this is what you see these people out here acting the fool like this. Because Yah judgment is letting you see who your people really are. And the only way you can't make Yah wrong. Now, it's just like saying, okay, you see all this stuff going on about your people, and you turn it to Yah and say, you wrong. They ain't done nothing. The white man done it. What does Yah say? I turn the heat, Deborah. The fire is already kindled. I'm going to turn the heat on. And who's going to bring out the heat? Who's coming out? Who in the live chat know who the heat is? It's when them skinheads, them KKKs, them white supremacists start rolling up on y'all bad tails. You watch these darn Negroes that ain't got no sense start losing their lives. And the more it's going to be happening, a great number, and y'all going to remember when this prophetess told y'all that was going to happen. It's going to happen, y'all. It's going to happen then sooner than later. And it might be your husband. It might be your grandfather. It might be your brothers and your sons. That's why you got to repent on their behalf. Go to Leviticus 25. In Leviticus, I think it's chapter 25. I think that's it. I hope it is. Leviticus chapter 25. Let me go back. Leviticus chapter. I'm in Genesis instead of Leviticus. I'm way down here in Genesis. But let me show you what I mean. See, a lot of y'all don't know. All it takes is where you at. Where you at with y'all. You put a hedge around yours. But if you run around here saying, oh, no, they ain't doing that. They just bothering our people. Our people ain't doing nothing. You trying to make y'all out of line. All up in here, he telling you they lost their mind. All up in here, he telling you their ways are wicked and evil. All up in here is telling you, and then you turn around and tell y'all, you lying. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They ain't doing that. That's them heathens messing with them. Come on here. I cannot believe I lost. Let me see here. Okay, no. It's Leviticus 26. In Leviticus 26 and verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquity, and the iniquity of their fathers. This is just like Sister Deborah telling y'all now. Stop running around here saying these men are doing right. Y'all ain't saying nothing about a woman confessing the sins of a woman. This way back in Torah. He's not saying that, women. In Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 40. If they shall confess, Deborah, their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespass against me. He ain't said a thing about a woman. He ain't worried about you because he know if that man would have got right, if that man would have told Eve get away from that tree, if that man would have took and kept his crown on his head at the beginning in Genesis and in the beginning, there wouldn't be no sin. It ain't got nothing to do with a woman being tempted. That's a lie. It's a man that laid the crown down. And look how easy it was for him to take up what Eve was saying. Why? Because his crown that God had crowned him in the head to be a leader, he had put it on the ground. That's spiritual, y'all. But it's true. And that's how it is today. And he said in Leviticus chapter 26, and he said, if they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers and their trespass, which they trespass against me, Deborah, and that also I walk contrary unto them because they trespass me and their iniquity that they kept putting before me. And this is what the Father said. Here's verse 41. And that I also have walked contrary unto them and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If they, Deborah, If then their uncircumcised heart, see, this thing is bigger than what y'all can look and see. You look at a man, I don't care how he look and how tall and body built or whatever. If his heart is not right, you don't want to have nothing to do with that man. And what does his heart have to be right? With y'all. Y'all got to be his first and his last. Y'all got to be all his all in all before you come even on the scene. You got to, you know how it says a man who loves his mother? No fine with no man who loves his mother. He's going to love his wife. Ain't no man going to love nothing if he don't love the Most High, y'all. Who gives a rat's behind if he loves his mother when he don't love the Creator who created him? And the Father says in Leviticus 26:41, and that I also have walked, Deborah, contrary unto them, and I have brought them, Deborah, into a land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised heart will be humble. So it's got to do with a heart, and it's got to do with a spiritual heart. If it will just humble, who is that spiritual heart humbling to? The Most High Yah. And they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity. See, we got to be punished, y'all. Stop thinking that we just got it made. Why isn't we thinking that it's okay to do all this stuff? And these brothers out here doing all this stuff. These sisters out here doing all this stuff against your Creator. How dare you call him your Father? How dare you call him your Most High Yah? When you stand around and watch them do all this and nobody says a word, all these men on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Humble, Patriot, all of them need to stand down today. Stand down. Every clown that's out there and everyone that don't know he's a clown, you need to stand your tail down. Because it's no need of a man being on this devil platform who will not correct these men. These are men. You know what? I'm going to say that again. I'm going to go there. Did you all know, and I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I'm going to make you know this here. Men that's out here trying to portray to be women, and I'm going to go and say it like it is. I'm going to tell the truth now, baby. I'm finna tell it tonight. These men that's out here that's gay, trying to be women, disrespect or say something or try to do something. They stand up like men. They stand up like men. Mess with a woman in front of them, they're going to fight like a man. Say something to them about their mother, they're going to fight you like a man. Mess with their sister, they're going to fight you like a man, even though they're dressing like a woman. That's one thing I can say about these gay men. When they see violence and destruction, even though they live in an abomination, they're going to stand up like a man. What's that? That's the identity God gave them from the birth. It comes out. So what, you get your organs changed? But when that man that you're created sees wrongdoing outside of his abomination, he stands up. Don't tell me what they don't do. They will stand up for the women. They will stand up for their mothers. They will stand up against, it could be 5 men doing something to somebody. And one gay man on the corner, he'll come and fight your tail, you mess with a woman. Then you run around here looking at these men on this devil platform with tattoos and masculine bodies and trying to be in the gym and everything, and you looking at their outside, don't understand they got the weakest of a weak on it from the inner inside. They need to put on a dress because that's who they are, their hearts. And right here in Leviticus 26:41, if they heart will be right, they heart, it's an inner thing. And these men running around here like a white man. I ain't never in my life amongst the so-called Hebrew Israelite movement seen more sissified, weak-minded, soft men that ever hit the face of the earth. I ain't never seen nothing like that, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never seen nothing. My brothers and them, they wasn't like that. You better not say nothing about no woman. You better, I'll never forget how I ran. I was young though. I was run after my big brother. They called the police. He went after a guy that hit a woman in the park at nighttime, and she was over there. He saw it, and my daddy jumped up, got his rifle. I mean, my brother went, woo! No, you ain't gonna hit her. No, you ain't. That's a man. These weak-minded Pastor Doll and all of them on here want to look like a man from the outside. Y'all know that you got that weak, sissified mess in you. He can see it a mile away and want to portray you tough and you bad. I'm a leader, I'm a king, I'm a ruler. You only a ruler, a king, and a leader over those silly women that's slaughtered with sin. That's who you rule over. That's who submits to you. Because the truth be told, a woman will be as strong as a man is. She'll be strong in the area of who she is as a woman, like you will be strong as you are as a man. Any man that wants a woman to submit, then she is a silly woman, loaded with sin. Because y'all put strength in a woman to be a woman. It's impossible for her to have a 9-month child come out of her womb without having the strength and the ability to take those labor pains to push that child out, birth that child, breastfeed that child, bring that child up, send that child to college, use a lie from the pit of hell. You all are sissies. You need to trade places with the gay. I don't bother them. Because even though they want to be a woman, it's more man in them than in these men in the Hebrew Israelites. That's why they want their hair long. That's why they want to sit on the corners and call themselves working for y'all. And y'all ain't got nothing to do with them. And the heathens and Gentiles are allowing them to do it because they got a plan, you guys. They got a plan. And honestly, I'm going to tell the truth. These Hebrew Israelite movement always been a cult. Always been a cult. And a hate group. We lied. We keep lying for them. We keep making them right. And y'all said, Deborah, that's it. He said, that's it. It's over. When I heard about Yahweh was way back, and I got on there and watched the autobiography. Now, this wasn't an autobiography of a white man. This was them showing you everything from when they started. And you should see it, y'all. So much abomination, witchcraft, Satanism, murdering, killing, stealing, robbing, beating. You don't see people, they hear one day and go on the next, and everybody trying to find them. They already know it because they gang bangers. They all this stuff. We need to stop participating in all this mess. Believe it or not, we run around here saying Yahuwah, Yahuwah, and they saying the same thing. We run around here talking we Hebrew Israelites, and they saying the same thing. Where are we at then? Where are we at? We're on the wrong side, calling it the side of the Most High Yah. Because this, and you know what else I found out? This 12 tribe thing, y'all said, if they knew who they were, they wouldn't be worried about who everybody else is. Because they'll see who they are, ugly people. And he's speaking of the tribe of Judah. And they ain't even gripped that yet. Why we want to sit up in line, why we want to make y'all alive so we can live what we living today. And that's why where we at today. It's because we trying to make so bad, trying to make him out of line so we can portray that we're something that we are not. Okay, I'm open for anybody ask any questions. And I did do some more search on the 7 churches. It's better to just stick with the 7 churches, the 7 candlesticks, the 7 candles, and look at that as the body of Christ. The body of Christ. We are all in the body of Christ, okay? And that's the church. You remember where he told Peter, on this rock, he built a church, and the gates of hell cannot prevail. Okay, that is the church. And just because you're the church, you ain't gonna be doing everything perfect. You ain't gonna be doing everything excellent. You ain't gonna be doing everything right. So he's talking to us, telling us, he knows this, he knows that. Get it right. So all these other names in there is the Roman Catholics. They put them names in there. Don't add Philadelphia or none of them. I'm gonna tell you what hurt me more than anything. I heard this European woman. She said she was telling this other European, I was born in Philadelphia, and I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. She said she was born there. She was an older woman. She's a little older than I am, and she said that when it was a time where in Philadelphia the Jews prosecuted them. The Jews prosecuted the Christians. Yeah, it's deep. And then the other two of the churches, one said it's called Esau. And I'm like, how could that be? And then another one of the churches is known for, they call also red ones. Red ones. I'm like, wait a minute now. And all of it is connected to Roman and Europeans. So what it leads me to understand is we need to stand down on what we're taking and sit our tails down, shut our mouth, and listen to the Ruach HaKodesh teach. Because what we are doing is, and then he says it's too late. So that's it. But I'm just saying, because see, this is the reason why no one went into it, because he was going to tell some things that people did not know. Okay. Now, why would Yeshua name the churches outside of where it's speaking of the angels of the church? That is what it's supposed to be. But when they start putting all these names to it as if over in Asia, go do your study. That's Europeans, y'all. Yes. It's over in that area where the Europeans. Okay. So that leads you to understand, wait a minute. If that's the case, they back then said they were prosecuted and they were Christians. But the lady that was in Philadelphia who was born there, she said in the time of her ancestors and when she was young, they were not her as far as, but she said that what they didn't told her when she was young, the ancestors was telling her that the Jews prosecuted them. Prosecuted them. And what a problem is that? Guess what, y'all? Those names that was called in Asia, guess what? They existed before Christ. You see what I'm saying? They was before Christ. It's all messed up. When you start doing your study, you're going to do just like Sister Deborah. Yeah, it was really good this morning. I'm not going to lie about it. It was really good this morning because it was showing me what little he gave me was so on it. I was like, Father, you just an excellent one, because I was like, you justified it, you clarified it, and you identified that those names that they put there should not have gone there. It's strictly the body of Hamashiach he's speaking to, which Yeshua, when Yeshua came down, which he's coming, the ones that he came down to get, okay, they were the righteous one, okay? Somewhere along the line, we're actually believing that everybody fall in to the hands of Yah and go end up at the throne of Yah and in eternal life. No, not so, baby. Not so. A lot of the Jews of us are not coming in. I believe that there's going to be a lot of other nations that's going to make it in. There's going to be a lot. Because if we look at what's going on now, and we denied, like our forefathers denied, and then our forefathers denied it. Why? Because it kept going on and nobody owned it. And that's where you at. Because no one ever owned up to it. So right now, you still not owning up to it. Because I was like saying, I was like, wait a minute, hold up, Father. Something wrong with this picture. You go clean up our filth. It just doesn't make any, y'all, somebody in the live chat, tell me, does this make any sense to you all? Maybe you all can help Sister Deborah. Sister Deborah, it really, believe me, I do not know it all, but this is a question that I put. Listen to this. In Ezekiel 36 and 24, and you all get ready for this here. I want you all to answer this. In Ezekiel 36 and verse 24, 25, 26, and 27, just listen to this. For I will take you from among the heathens and gather you out of all the countries, and I will bring you into your own land. Now he's telling you he's going to take you from all the corners, all of the other places that he taking you. That's what he said. That's verse 24, Ezekiel 36 and verse 24. Okay. He's going to gather us from all these places. Okay. And he's going to bring you to your own land. First of all, I want to ask y'all, what land is that? Anybody in the live chat? I just want to see if everybody's on the same page. Ezekiel 36 and 24. Let me say it again. 24. It says he's going to bring you into your own land. What land is that? Okay. Which is, it's okay to say it. Let's say it's the promised land. Let's say it like that. Right? Watch this here. Now, here you go. You going? Here you go. Here you go. Watch what's happening. Watch what he's about to say. Right. The promised land. Watch this here, you guys. Verse 25. Then, you see right there, letting you know, he ain't going to clean you up in this land, nor during the space after he bring us out. When he gather us from among the heathens and gather us out of the country and bring you unto your land. Y'all, it's letting you know when you make that destiny to your land, verse 25, then and only then will I do these things. So all this stuff that we sitting here waiting for reparations here, we waiting for the white man to do us right. We waiting for everybody to be right with us. He's saying, then, after, what does then represent? When I get you to your land, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols. Will I clean you? When he gets you to your own land, will he do this? Now watch this. Verse 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. That heart is a spiritual heart. Let's say it again. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. So your spirit is going to have a heart, and you're going to have a new spirit. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh. You see that? That's your fleshly heart. That's your fleshly heart. He said, your stony heart, I will take, we in 26, I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. So you're going to have a new heart too. You see, you're going to have a new heart in your spirit, and you're going to have a new heart in your flesh. He's cleaning you up real good, because that's like new blood, new, isn't it? It's like new everything, no disease, everything. You see what I'm saying? He's bringing a new heart. You think he'll give you a new flesh heart without cleaning every illness and sickness out of you? No, he's cleaning you up like he said. Now listen to 27. And I will put my spirit within you. Ooh, Father, yeah, you're going to give me my own spirit. Then you're going to come up in my spirit. Yes, I am. Tell him again, Deborah. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my status. How are you going to be able to walk in his status? You ain't going to be able to walk in his status because you got a new heart. You ain't going to be able to walk in his status because you got a new spirit. You ain't going to be able to walk in his status because you got a new heart in your spirit. But only 27. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my status, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. Why? Because his spirit is going to be in you, just like the Ruach HaKodesh. Okay? Now, 28. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your Yah. Watch this here. I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you. Meaning, even when he gets you your promised land, you're gonna have plenty of food, y'all. You will never have to want for any food or anything. Okay. Now, verse 30. And I will multiply the fruit of the trees and increase the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathens. See, you see how good he's taking care of you? Look how good he's taking care of you. Okay. What happened to the people who's right now buying all this land and planting all their food, getting ready for what? To remain in Babylon. They ain't looking for this here, baby. Don't that make sense? You don't see, they ain't telling you, they preaching, they teaching, they talking to you all about what all they have, how they out of here. We got calves, we got chickens, and showing you all that they have. Y'all say that's a heart of pride. Because they showing you that this is what we have, and if y'all don't get out the city, y'all ain't gonna be able to have this. This ain't, but then you still waiting for Babylon to come down. Where you gonna be with all that you have? If you are part of what Yah is gonna bring us, you're gonna have to leave it all behind. So why are you building up the tower? Said the Most High Yah. Why are you building up the tower in a way to make everybody think that you got something that they don't have because you did something so righteous, you did something so upright? It's because you stole. You stole from people. You stole from people on this devil platform. You stole from not stole, but the devil gave you a check to make you feel that you can make it and you can do this, to feed people a bunch of lies instead of preparing the people for the mission that Yah is about to send them to. Instead, you're preparing the people to be doing what you're doing, farming and having this and building all this and building all this and building all this. And you know what I learned? I wonder would I have done that? Y'all think I would have done that? I wonder would I have done that? Got out here, made videos telling y'all, I told y'all to get out of the city, told y'all they're going to do this to y'all in the city. You better grow you some food. You better get what we got. You better get out of the city. Pastor Dow and many of them, I say him because I think he's the most dumbest man on the tribe of Judah on the face of the earth. I really do, y'all. Y'all can say what you want. He's the dumbest one out of all the Hebrew Israelite men. I really do. He done robbed. He done taken from people to get what he has, and he sit back and tell you all that this is what I told you. I've been saying it to you so much. You can tell he's a man of corruption and destruction in his spirit, because he's a loudmouth man. His mouth real big and he's real loud with it. Now you find that among women, but men, that's another sign I thought was really ugly about him. His loud mouth. Yes, he got a big mouth, but when he talk, it shows you that this man is a boaster. This is a man that's a pride, self-centered, self-motivated, and he got all these ignorant men following him, making him they God. Okay, now this is what happened. Listen to verse 28. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your Yah. Now watch this here. I will also save you from all the uncleanness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you. That means you ain't gonna ever be want for nothing, y'all. You ain't gonna need want for nothing. Verse 30. And I will multiply the fruit of the trees and increase the fields, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathens. Now, what y'all just said to me to say to you all. Now, look what he did. See how he prepared everything for us when we get ready to go over there? Why we can't trust him like that here? Why do we have to get the glory and get the credit? Why we got to make some people think that we doing something to follow him and they are not? Why is that? It's a different heart in these people. When look what he took, look how he's provided for us, y'all. Or you gonna have to grow something? Y'all telling you, no, you're not. I'm going to call the order that all the fields, the fruit, and everything be taken care of for you to have what you need. And that's the way he wanted us to trust him while we was in the land of our captives. But we told him, no, we're going to make you out a lie so we can live this truth in the way we want to live it. You see? And I have told several people, if I had to get land, I would get no more than 6 acres, but I'd be the only thing laying down there on the ground. And my kids said, but mama, them snakes and stuff might be out there. I said, I put some, what you call them? Golf ball, what's it? Them balls, them things that stink. They put them in clothes all around, because I heard they don't like that smell. It burns their eyes. I put that all around me and get in that circle and lay there. And each day I would look to the sky and just wait for him to do what he does. Because I know about that right hand. I know y'all's right hand and stretched out arm is powerful, y'all. I know that without a doubt. So this is what happened. Here it is. We in Ezekiel 36. He's told you he's going to get you out. Now, didn't he say he's going to get you out? He said he's going to bring you out. He said he's going to sprinkle water on. He's going to clean you up. He's going to make sure you have plenty of food. You ain't going to even have to labor for it. Ain't that deep? Ain't that deep? This is the sort of creator that if we just lay our head on his bosom, he'll take care of everything else. But we don't want to do that. We think it take our hands, our strength, our mind to get what we got. And that's why we struggle. That's why we work and labor so hard, because we never trusted that he could do it. So he said, stand back. You thinking you doing everything? Let me let you do it. Okay, now watch this here. Oh, something else I just learned too, y'all, as I was watching. I learned that a lot of people who are buying land, now when they get it and they start to develop, it first become what Yah is doing with them and helping them, and then it become a no end. Everything they building up, so they build it up on this earth as if they ain't really looking to leave it. You get what I'm saying? When people are doing what you call extra work, it ain't nothing wrong with getting it ready for you to live day by day or week, a month, or the season to you know, where you can just live. But when it getting to the point where you spending money and you can be doing something for somebody else and you spending 10,000 here, 10,000 here, and 10,000 here, and 10,000, that is not of Yah, but Yah said, let him go. I told him in Deuteronomy, you're going to lose. Every time you put something forth, you're going to lose it. And what happened? They didn't trust in that. That's why they selling themselves out to their vision, to their dream, to their idea. Then after a while, they gonna need Yah. They ain't gonna need them. They gonna say, I get like a lot of them on these devil platform now. They turned out the beginning, start teaching y'all and preaching to you all about the Most High Yah and what he's gonna do in it. But once they start establishing their own, now it's become they platform is not about spirit and truth. It's not about showing you the light or telling you which way is the light or which way is the narrow gate. It ain't about nothing but what they have, what they can show you they have, what they can reveal to you they have. They ain't doing nothing in the word. They ain't doing nothing. They come here, they give you the word, and they think they done done something. And people start just liking, subscribing, and praise, and they ain't gave you no food for your spirit at all. So your spirit is anorexium, and you walking around here thinking because your gut is full from this worldly conversation they teaching you all, and then you turn around and don't have nothing for your spirit. But listen to what Yah said. Ezekiel 36, he done gave us a food. He said, you ain't gonna have to worry about famine among the heathens, because the heathens ain't gonna be bothering with you, and yeah, they gonna come along to fellowship with you and everything, because I think they gonna come during worship time, but that's the time that Yah has set in this here. Watch this here. This is the part I want everybody in the live chat, everybody, to tell me what you think about this. Give your own. Don't try to say something that you think Sister Deborah is looking for, because this is not something that I'm looking for. You see, it's just wanting you to hear this here. Listen to this. Ezekiel 36 and verse 31. Listen to this. Then, that means after he done gave you, cleaned you up, gave you a new heart of flesh, a new heart of spirit, and he in you now. He in you. He is in you. Then shall ye remember your own evil ways. So he gave a new heart a new spirit. He put himself in you, but what look like you still got a mind. You know how people tell you your mind is your heart, but think now. Look like you still got a mind, because listen to what he said in verse 31. Then shall ye remember. So look like you still got your mind, right? Watch this here. Then shall ye remember your own evil ways. He calling it evil, y'all. Your own evil ways with an S. And your doings that were not good. And ye shall love yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abomination. 32. Not for your sakes. Now he's letting you know. This is not for you that I'm letting you remember. This is what he said. Not for your sakes do I this, said Ahiah. Be it known unto you. Be ashamed, confound for your own ways, O house of Israel. So what is he saying? What is he saying? Okay, that we should be ashamed of our own sin, our own self, each individual. That's true. That's true. That's true. He is going to clean us up, except our minds, so that we can remember. That's good. That's good. He's going to clean us up, except for our minds. That's right. So that we can remember. You see what I'm saying? Okay, that's good. That's good. What you say? In our sins, we will have to remember for his name's sake. Okay, all right. So can be ashamed of what we did to him. That y'all see what he's saying? That's good. That's it. He just want us to have some conscious of the way we were toward him. Just some conscious of our wrongdoing, y'all. You see, it's almost like that is so beautiful. It's almost like he's saying that I'm going to clean you up real good. But I want you to remember the ugliness that you done toward me. Not for your sake, but for my sake. This is what this father want me to say to y'all. Listen to this, y'all. This is what he want me to say to y'all. He want you to be able to feel how you have wronged him. And why he's saying it, not, what did he say? Let's see what he said. Not for your sake. Why? Because if it was for your sake, then it'll be for you. But he said for my sake, because I clean you up. And I want you to see your ugliness that I cleaned up, that you done toward me. See, he wants us. And that's what is that saying? Own that thing. Didn't I tell y'all that? In your captivity, all he wants you to do is own that thing. And that's what Sister Deborah been telling y'all for the last 2 years. Own that thing. Admit to it. So you can get out and be set free. But nobody wants to do that. They want to think somebody bothering them. Somebody talking negative about them. Someone doing something to them. Nobody wants to own it. But he's saying, you're going to own that thing. For my name's sake. Because I feel, this is what the Father said, I feel that I done cleaned you up and let you do this all this time. For my name's sake, I need to let you feel what you done to me. That's what he's saying. I need to, for my name's sake, because I turned around and let you do this for thousands of years, your forefathers and all of y'all, and here it is, I done cleaned you up real good, and I need you to feel what you done to me. And that's why he didn't give you a new mind, because he wants that mind to remember the evil. But what, you know what got me, y'all? It says the abominations, the evil, the abominations, the iniquities. So what is that saying to you all? It's showing you that those that he's going to bring to the promised land, it's not going to be people who done prepared their own way. Oh, I got this, and I done read this, and I done held the commandments. I done had my head wrapped. I done had my fringes. I done followed the feast days. I done followed Torah. Where did he say anything about that? He ain't saying nothing about the commandments. When he said, you're going to remember in verse 32, not for your sake do I do this. No, in verse 31, then shall ye remember your own evil ways in your own doings were not good, and shall loft yourselves in your own sight for the iniquity of and for your abomination. He didn't say because you had your head wrapped, you're going to remember. Because you didn't fast. You didn't keep the commandments. He said nothing about that. The things in which you have done, evil, abomination, and not good, and one of them, it was some of the evil ways. See, he's telling you, those are the things he's going to bring back to your remembrance. He's going to let you remember. After all that cleaning up he's going to do, he's still going to let you remember what you did to him. After all he done, that's going to look real bad. That's going to feel real bad. Because he's going to put all that in you. But look what he had to do for you to remember it. He had to clean you up first. Ain't that sad? He had to clean you up first. Just for you to recognize you done something wrong with it to him. That's why he said, not your sake, but for mine. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. It ain't nobody's working. Ain't nobody, nothing that's going to dictate if you be the one that he takes back to the promised land. Ain't nobody. That's why I say don't get under these different cults and these different beliefs that's telling you, you got to do this, you got to do this. He said a man rule, a man leader. Get away from that mess. If he thought for 1 minute that a man going to be ruling anything, he wouldn't have put him in the land of captivity, because it is prison. How dare him expect you to submit in a way that these men are telling you to submit to them when they are in prison and you in prison, and he's sitting here got you in a deeper dungeon in the prison while he stand up and do every good thing that he want to do in life, even against y'all. So honestly, like Sister Deborah said, I ain't got no sense. I ain't got none whatsoever. But I sure thank him for preparing me for whatever he does. It's all right with me. It is all right with me. Because I think we done enough toward against him. I ain't lying, we have. We've done too much against him. Against his way, his will. And we never did see 400 years. And nobody, and let me tell y'all something you don't hear nobody talking about. You don't hear nobody talking about, let me tell you what it is. You don't hear nobody talking about, I had it on tip. Dang, I forget that. And that was a good one too. Maybe it'll come to me. You're right. Exactly. It won't be no way to deny. That's right. You ain't gonna be able to get away with that one, huh? Yep. He's gonna bring it back to your remembrance. That's a good thing. But that's kind of good, though. You know, don't y'all think we should, if he's going to clean us up like that, don't you think we should remember the way we did him or something? You know, like he said, not for your sake, but for his. He's standing there and cleaned you up, and you got away with doing everything against him. And you know, and he still clean you up. Don't you think that's only right for us to kind of remember something? Abomination and iniquity. So it shall be. Yah's will. and the way. Hallelujah. Yes, we should be ashamed of our. Yeah, I think so too. I think I think I think that's more than fair. I think that is so just, y'all. I do. I know y'all probably say, Sister Deborah, you crazy, but I do. I think that is so righteous. When I read that, I think that is so righteous. I think it's so just. I really do. Right. That's all he wanted us to do is toward him. That's why he said, not our sake, but his. We need to feel this that we've done toward him. It's fair. Yeah. It's to me, I think so too. I think that's all well. I do, you know. But any questions in the live chat? And you know what? It's a sad thing. And I shouldn't even watch no more television. I really shouldn't, because it's getting worse and worse. And I'm telling you. Yeah, he is more than worthily. Almighty. Yes. Yes, he is. Mm-hmm. But you see how he did it though. He cleaned us up real good. He gave us plenty to eat, making sure we settled in. You see how he did that? And then let us remember it. But y'all, we missed it. We missed it. No. Deborah can't stop there. Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. Y'all didn't hear what he said. Let's see what he said. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how I did that. Y'all watch this here. Ezekiel, chapter 36 and 33. Ezekiel chapter 36 and 33. Now we finna hear the whole matter. Thus said Ahiah, in that day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I would also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the waste places shall be built. 34. And the desolated land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolated in the sight of all that passed by. Okay, now that's a power punch, y'all. That's a power punch. That's a power punch. Verse 34 is a power punch. That means somewhere it's worth capturing that. That's a power punch in 34. And 35 said, and they shall say, this land that was desolated is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and the desolation and the ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. What's wrong with, you see how he did that? He's letting you know that he after he clean you up, he's gonna make sure that there's a city built for you, and there's a city you're gonna dwell in. Y'all, this place is gonna be loaded with everything you need. Women, you ain't gonna have to go nowhere. Everything gonna be there, along with the men. And this is the places he's gonna bring a multitude. When he told Ezekiel, "Can them dry bones live?" He's bringing a multitude of men, and where those bones are coming from were bones that once exist. No, it's not the house of Israel out of the United States. He is not going to restore the bones to who have totally went against him 100. No, he's not going to bring you over there like that. He's not going to do it. Okay, but here it is in verse 34. What's the power punch in 34? Anybody know? Yeah, I think so too. I think that to me, that just only seemed righteous to me. I think it's only seemed righteous for us to face what we have done. And it's like almost like he said, not for our sake, but for his. Why is it for his sake? Because he's gonna be and cleansed us and gave us everything all over again in the promised land. The least he could see us be ashamed of what we did. So I think that's so just. Okay, y'all, it's a power punch here in Ezekiel 36, and it says, now Ezekiel 36 and verse 34. And tell me what you think about this. Ezekiel 36 and verse 34. And the desolated land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolated in the sight of all that passed by. Now this is showing y'all, and I'm kind of, I don't know if I should have showed y'all that. I guess I shouldn't have said nothing, but I just figured I'd throw that out. That's a power punch, y'all. That should hit you real hard in the belly. That should hit you real hard. Ezekiel 36 and 34. And the desolated land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolated in the sight of all that passed by. It got me one time when he said he was talking to the land like it was a human being. I was like, oh no, they can't. That land listening to you. You mad at the land, Father. The Father was talking to the land like he's talking about you, and you desolated, and you no longer go. I was like, no, you didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Told the land, you ain't finna grow nothing else until I return, my people. But who can get that? Let's see. Ezekiel 36 and 34, because Yah touched it with his power, with his right hand. Nope. That's not it. That's not it. Anybody? Verse 34. That might, I shouldn't even brought that up to you all, but I had to, but I ain't have to, but I did. Let me go on in. Let me read it for you again. And the desolated land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolated in the sight of all that passed by. Come on now, y'all. Come on, somebody. Can anybody come up again? Try it again. And that's something that you have to be really. I wrote about new desolated land. Y'all don't see the power punch in that. And it ain't nothing big that if you do it, if you don't. The power punch that's in that. And where it takes you back to all the lies. Pass by is one of the words, but it tilt. Let me explain something to you all. Haven't you all heard that our land was seized and they're over there living on our land? Right there tells you they've been lying. When Yah cursed us, he cursed the land. And he said it's going to remain desolated until we return. So you hear all these people talking about they over in our land and our land. I'm telling you something, y'all. I didn't mean no harm about talking about the places over in Asia. I couldn't match up with how it's near the Nile, not near the Nile River is over there. And the Nile River means so much to me because the Spirit is telling me something about the Nile River and the land, the promised land. So what we're thinking one thing, and y'all got plans for another. Because we're thinking the fake Jews is over there on our land. Read that again. He's saying it's desolated. And it was left desolated. And everybody that passed by it saw that it was desolated. That means nobody lived there. It was no greenery, no nothing. But he said once we were cursed, he said that land will remain cursed and it will remain desolated until we return. So what is this that everybody's talking about? That they over there in our land. They took our land and we're going to get that land back. Honestly, I can't say for sure until the Ruach teach me it in the wilderness. But I don't think that's our land they on. That's me. I haven't been given anything said this is it. Because I tell you what I have been given, that there is some very powerful things going on under Israel and Jerusalem underground. Very wicked and powerful things. But I was given that when I was young. So Magog Desert. What's that Magog? What does that mean? No one on the land, right? Mm-hmm. See right here? It's telling you it's desolated. And he's going to make it grow, everything grow. But if you really read the book, the Bible, you'll hear where he said when we was cursed, it is so funny the way he charging the land. He telling them you're going to be desolated. It's telling you we polluted the land like an unclean, removed woman. And it tells you it's going to be desolated. It's defiled. So how is it that the Hebrew Israelite movement says that they got our land, they living on it? And what he's talking about doing as far as taking us, when we get over there, it's going to be ready for us, y'all. He's telling you he's going to do it. When we get over there, he's going to be and had all this stuff for us. But he's letting you know, he said in 34, and the desolated land shall be tilled. He's letting you know it was desolated, and I'm going to have it tilled, not by the hands of man, but by his right hand. He's going to have to do it himself. Whereas it lay desolated. Well, if it's laid desolated, how is it we saying that the fake Jews is over on our land? That's the power punch. I try to stay out of that area because that's an area that many books and everything that they got, they can bring it into one to try to combat that. And to me, you can't rebuke nothing but your foolish mindset. Because when the Ruach, the true teacher, comes, he said he's going to teach all things. He ain't talking about your books. He's talking about his spirit is going to teach you all things. He ain't talking about out of your book. He said, out of his spirit shall he teach your spirit all things. Not a book. That's what they don't get. That's why they throw books up against you all. And that's why they always put books before you all. Because they want you to think it's about their books. And that's how they can try to construe you too. Because if they can master their books, then therefore they can screw you to think that they know something. Because you don't know their books. His spirit, yes. Yeah. How can you learn except a teacher be sent? They don't get that either. See, that's why I said, you see the word sent. He said he's been telling them the only one you're supposed to get it from is his servants. His servants supposed to come here and serve, not be served. And that's where you see a lot of them on YouTube being served, because Satan's serving them with a check. That's being served. When you're getting a check, you are being served by Satan. So what do? They stop teaching any truth about this word and start teaching all this worldly stuff. What's going on in the world? They start off telling you about Yah. And then they left all that alone. It wasn't no money for it. So they want to give you what the world is doing because that's where they get their little check from. That's the best they can do. So Sister Deborah, brainwashing. Yes. Sister Deborah would like to say, if you have any questions, I'll give a few minutes. If not, I am out. And I got to do some praying, y'all. I got to ask the Father to do. Oh, Father, yeah. Woo! He's so good, y'all. He's so good. In spite of the storm, he's always allowing you to be able to be rooted with an anchor in the midst of the storm. Anybody got any other questions that they like to ask before we end this live? Anyone? Any questions? I guess not. Going once. That's right. And I don't know where, did you know, ever since I've been on this devil platform, I've been waiting for these people to give spirit and truth. I was so crazy. Yeah, I've been off this platform so many times. If y'all would have been here when I first started, I had so many subscribers and likes. The only thing about it, I had people at UK, over in Russia. I had a couple of in Iran. I'm telling you, I had them all over the place. I shut that thing down because I couldn't get people to really know anything about spirit and truth. So I was like, oh man, these people. So this is the devil's playing ground, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's all this is. Yep. Hope you have a blessed night. I know you're gonna have a blessed night. Yep, he's better than good. I know that's right. It's mercy and grace. Yes, yes. You're welcome. All right. So, okay. Thank you. Sister Deborah, anyone want to shoot out another topic? Oh. I did cover some of the 1,000 years. I did cover some of the 1,000 years. That has to do with the promised land as well. I did cover some of the 1,000 years. It has to do with over in the promised land. 1,000 years. Satan is going to be bound for 1,000 years. But this is the catch to it. Why is he being let out? After just a little while, though, you guys, just a little while. Thank you. Just a little while, he's going to be let out. And I think to just cause Magog, and I think the whole other world to start trying to come together for battle. So I think he's going to be the one to stir up the battle. And once the battle is stirred up, y'all going to whoop their tails, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. I'm just thinking that he ain't going to be able to come over there in the promised land. Now, this is where Sister Deborah needs to grip. I need to grip that, or I need to find more of the word. And let me stop. Stop saying you're going to find. Stop saying you're going to grip. Just say you need to go back to school. You need to go back to the wilderness when school is open again and go there and sit down and hear what Yah has to say. Because I'm trying to see if those that leads the promised land, those that he sent take over to the promised land, or they going to remain not touched, which I think so. They might, by Satan. So if that's the case, those people will have eternal life. You get what I'm saying, y'all? Because don't forget, all the things, but then you're going back to the mind. He's going to let you remember those things. But then he said, I'm going to be your God and you're going to be my people. So Satan ain't going to be able to do nothing because we're going to be reigning with the Father and Yeshua for 100 years while he's in chain. And that's a lot of working on us with us, y'all. That's a lot of grace and mercy. That's a lot of love. I'm talking really not love, but grace and mercy. Give. Because those people who are going to make it to that promised land might be those who are going to enter into the New Jerusalem. That's what I'm saying. So we're going to cover that. So I did read some of that, but I saw that when Satan is chained 100 years, I think that the people are going to be in their land of their forefathers. He's going to be chained. He's going to be let loose a little while to stir up the other countries. And the other countries is going to get stirred up just so that the Father can beat their tails and destroy them. That's it. So I don't think that's going to interfere. I'm hoping he's not being let loose. Dang. Woo! You come over there into the promised land. Woo-wee! Y'all, let's cover that tomorrow. Let's cover that tomorrow. If y'all can read up on some of that to help this little old lady out, please read up on it. And it's in Revelation 20. It's in Revelation 20. And So there might be Jerusalem, once you can make it over there, it's no way that he's going to be chained up, get out for a little while, and come over in Jerusalem. At least I hope not. I know he's going to stir up the other countries because y'all got to destroy them all. He got to. He got to. Now, we're going to have some nations over there working and worshiping at where we are at now, because there's going to be a temple there, and they're going to come over to worship. So we are going to have different nations coming over there, with us and worshiping with us. But I do know the battle, and that's why I tell a lot of people that the battle between that when he let loose again, that's a separate battle from the one when Magog gonna see us over in the promised land. He gonna try to get with the others, and they gonna try to come their army to come after us, and y'all gonna destroy them on the battlefield. So they're not gonna even make it to us, but y'all gonna allow our men. That's what an army of men, those dry bones are the men that he's gonna allow to come back together, and he can put everything in them, and they're gonna be over to the promised land. They're gonna go down to collect the body, to bury the bodies and collect the weapons and everything that they have to bring back up to the promised land, but they're not gonna fight in the battle. Ain't no more battles, y'all. After the promised land, no more fighting. We ain't gonna have to battle nothing. Y'all just letting you know I'm gonna be there. Mess with me. My right hand gonna slap you up and gonna slap you down. So it's a place where he has really restored. Just so, but the problem I have is if it was desolated and it was polluted, he never let no one else come back to that land. So I'm trying to figure out why is it we were told that they are over in our land. They took our land. See, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Even when we went into Revelation and we were talking about the 7 churches, I had no problem with the churches, because I believe, even when Yeshua told Peter, on this rock we built the church, I think the church represents the saints. I really do. The righteous. So I can fully embrace the church, and I can fully embrace the candlesticks, fully embrace the candles. I can fully embrace those things. But the name of these these cities that's over in Asia, I can't embrace those names. Because as I look at them, wait a minute, these things exist before Christ. Hold up. They exist today. And the things that it was doing before Christ is off the chain, baby. It's off the chain. And they are Europeans. I think, who else is it over there? It's other nations. Okay? But most of them fall under the European. And I'm trying to figure out if they are the 7 churches, then wait a minute. Father Yah. Where is the house of Israel? Are they on their promised land? And you talking to all the other nations? But the way he's talking to the other nation, the way Yeshua is talking to the other nation, as if they the righteous one. But when you read, you'll understand that all of them over there are closer and more so, not closer in distance to one another, but closer, are a lot of Europeans, other nations. So if they are the true people, then yes, that it's true. If that's what we're seeing over in Asia. And if he's setting something over there and he's saying something to them, and I do know that the gospel were taken to them by Paul. So that keeps people from doing away with Paul. Because how did they get the gospel if Paul does not exist and was unjust? See, that's why I say you can't erase everything. So if Paul did take it over there and those people did believe, then yes, but they can't be targeted in Revelation as the people that's being targeted unless Yeshua is just talking to them, but then it wouldn't give it a place. Y'all, it's crazy. So Sister Deborah ain't gonna hold y'all longer. It's crazy. It's a lot of it. It doesn't make any sense. Those names don't make any sense. But when you take those names away, then you fall under the spiritual conversation of what Jesus is saying. I'm not Jesus, Yeshua is saying in red in Revelation chapter 2 and 3. It makes more sense in the spirit realm when he's talking, when you exclude the names of those Asian and over Asia and over those other cities. When you exclude those, you more so walk in more so a spiritual realm and understanding what is being said. So I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you all. And I hope you got something out of tonight. And be blessed. Shalom and shalom.